you look at the grain of the wood represents the environment where it came from. It represents the seasons and the landscape where it came from. And whether it's, old growth coastal Douglas fir, which is, they used a lot of that for the mine shafts because it was kind of like, old growth Douglas fir was almost like the still of the West before they actually had still. It's this really tough, really strong wood. So what I do is I'll cut the wood, plane it to where I'm dealing with a flat plane, and then I start contouring the wood to bring the grain out. I use different abrasive wheels, sometimes metal wheels, and it's literally just to expose the movement, the innate movement that's inside the wood itself. Because a tree is actually a very fluid structure. Although it moves and grows slowly, with these twists and these turns, and when you cut into the wood, you expose all of that movement, and then it's up to me to actually decide what do I want to highlight and what do I want to let sit in the background. You get a lot of these old farmers where they've got a barn that's been sitting there since like the 1920s that fell over in a windstorm, and they just have never gotten around to picking it up. And so you've got this wood that dates from like the late 1800s, and for them it's trash, and for me it's treasure, because I know what that wood looks like if I take the time to dig into it and pull it out. Because once I understand the relationship between the different pieces, once I have the concept in my head, then I can just go about manufacturing it. But for me, there has to be like a cohesive relationship with the different pieces of wood you're using in your piece, whether it's a mirror or a cross. And that's what takes the longest for me to do. What I love about what I do is what I don't know. And I don't know it until I actually cut into the wood and the history opens up for me. I don't know the color, I don't know the grain, I don't know the seasons, I don't know if it was a wet year or a dry year. I don't know that until I open up the wood. And for me, I think that's probably what I get the most kick out of.